Alright, so there's probably like 100 other videos that I should be working on right now, but this shit came up and I really think I need to address it since Jeff Hardy is my favorite wrestler, and he has been for about, come on, like 5 years now, I guess. He's the reason I started watching TNA. I mean, I wouldn't have even, I think I would be watching TNA if he wouldn't have gone there first, but I kind of followed him once he left WWE, and that's how it took me to TNA. But alright, so there's a lot of bullshit on the internet right now. Like, just people, mostly people. It's not really the news and the fact that he did get arrested and he is in some trouble right now. But it's the fact that there's all these like fucking children, just like 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds and some older people too, just saying false information, just like, oh, they found heroin and angel dust and shrooms and PCP, and he was doing it while they broke in, and fucking yeah, so was his girlfriend. Shut the fuck up. You don't know shit about what happened. You don't know shit about wrestling apparently, and you don't know shit about drugs. One thing. People are like going over like lists. It's just like, oh, he had this and this and that and this. You don't even know what half of those things do. Like half of these people, they don't know what they do. They don't know how they affect your body. They don't know that some wrestlers. Okay, first two things: somas and Vicodin. Okay, I don't have a problem with any wrestler having these because wrestlers, most people don't know, constantly have to learn to fall on their back, on their side, on whatever. They're gonna be in pain. They need muscle relax. Like they need muscle, something to help their muscles, like calm them from being banged up so much. And that's what Vicodin and somas do. And I don't see a problem with wrestlers having prescriptions for those pills. I mean, honestly, I see nothing wrong with that. And the steroids, I mean, honestly, look at him. Look at Jeff Hardy. Look at people like Matt Hardy, CM Punk, Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe. These people don't do steroids. Look at their bodies. Look at the way that the shape. Okay, it's not, you can't see their veins sticking out. You can't see obvious places where they shoot up. I mean, you're not looking at Batista here. You're not looking at John Cena. You're not looking at Chris Masters. You're not looking at that Terry, the British invasion guy. All those guys juice, and it's very obvious. Same with Scott Steiner, too. But, these guys are little. Jeff Hardy he's gotten bigger over time, but, same with AJ and stuff. These guys aren't juicing. Get over it. He's not using steroids. Now, is he selling them? I don't know about that. I mean, there was a good amount, but same with the somas and the Vicodins. But honestly, the street value they said was only like $2,500, and Jeff Hardy's a fucking millionaire. He's not gonna be peddling, fucking drugs on the side. It's not. It's just not. No. I mean, it would have been. It's just a big risk, one, and it's a waste of his time. I mean, he has millions of dollars. Why would he be selling drugs? But I mean, maybe to friends, other wrestlers, that's a possibility. But I doubt he was selling them. He was probably just giving them to them. And I don't know if anybody, well, obviously nobody on YouTube that just does the bashing. I mean, none of them have actually gotten a prescription for any kind of medication. Usually you don't use it all. And then you get another prescription, and they usually give you another one, and you don't know what to do with it. We have a whole shelf at my house of just different things, usually for antibiotics, stuff like that. But it's like when you get Vicodin, I'm sure you have bottles of it, like, stashed away somewhere. Now, that to me doesn't look like you're selling. I'm sure all the wrestlers are dumping their shit down the toilets right now because they're like, oh shit, I never thought if they busted in my house, I could get in trouble for having all these drugs. Now they're worrying. And Jeff just had to be the example, which really fucking sucks. And the thing is, I mean, if you watch the Hardy Show or any of that stuff, these guys party. Matt and Jeff like to party, but all wrestlers party. All wrestlers party, dude. Like, and they're making such a big deal out of this. And it's like Jake the Snake used to wrestle drunk, and like, these guys were going on, there's so many wrestlers that have gotten arrested for stuff. fucking just a while ago, it was Jericho and Edge were they thought they were running a drug ring with Kurt Angle, and, you know, all this stuff, and all this stuff happens all the time, you know, and they're just making a big deal because it's like, Jeff Hardy, it's real obvious kind of that he does some drugs, you know. It's obvious, you know, just the way he acts and his style, you know. But, you know, that's one of the things that makes him cool. He's an artist. He does crazy shit. But now he's probably not going to be viewed as that anymore. He's going to be viewed as the druggy wrestler who got arrested and whatever because of the fucking internet community that will keep going and going with it after it's long done. And I think he will get off on some of the charges. I don't think they're going to completely charge him with that stuff. But then again, some of the things that, you know, that he did get caught for, I don't approve of. I mean, coke. I mean, I've never done coke, and I don't ever plan on doing it. But I know a lot of wrestlers do that to, you know, keep wrestling, and, you know, yeah. But I don't think that was a great thing. And people are freaking out about this drug paraphernalia. Drug paraphernalia means bongs and pipes. Pretty much. That's what drug paraphernalia is. I doubt he had crack pipes and shit like that, honestly. Fucking stupid. I mean, bongs and pipes, who cares? He smokes weed. You know, a lot of wrestlers smoke weed. It's pretty much a standard. And they don't have to pay a very big fines for weed either. It's pretty much just like a write-off thing, you know? So, you need to get over that shit if you got a problem with wrestlers smoking weed. Yeah, but honestly, I don't know where Jeff's, you know, career is going to go from here. I mean, they were going to come out with a DVD, just, you know, all of his matches, and they were going to have the CM Punk match, that last one that he had. And honestly, I'm really liking CM Punk's whole anti-drug gimmick. I think it's kind of funny. They've never really done that in wrestling, have them blatantly poke at people, he's calling it inebriated zombies, you know. I think it's pretty cool, and I know Jeff and Matt are friends with CM Punk. The whole CM Punk thing's fake. I mean, people are taking it kind of out of hand with this whole, you know, remember, it's a show, face and heel, you know, come on. Like, but yeah, he didn't really kick Jeff out. Jeff was leaving, and then this shit happened after, and they always capitalize on something that happens. I knew they were going to say, oh, look at Jeff Hardy, look what happened to him. I knew CM Punk was going to say something, but that's cool. I mean, I like CM Punk, I don't care. You know, I'm still going to support Jeff as much as I can with this. And honestly, I think he's got 4 felonies against him. I bet it'll get dropped down, honestly, even though that is pretty big, but, I mean, it's just the fucking internet, like, just little kids on here talking about drugs, don't really know anything about drugs at all, and just making this even worse. And honestly, like, I think he could go to TNA in a heartbeat. TNA would take him back in a heartbeat. TNA takes a lot of druggy people, honestly, but I think TNA would have him back. But he doesn't want to do that right now. He's worrying about this shit, and then he's worrying about mostly his body. He's like, people don't realize his moves that he does, Whisper in the Wind, Swanton, those things. Can you imagine him at Ric Flair's age doing those moves? Hell no. He's not gonna be wrestling that much longer. He does crazy shit. He's fucking ridiculous, the shit that he does, and he gets hurt every time. It's not like, you know, John Cena, where your finisher doesn't hurt yourself while you're doing it, you know. You know, people forget that, like, how much, like, he puts into this shit, and it really fucking fucks up your body. And, you know, he's not gonna be able to do this forever, and he's taking a break, and I don't know if he's gonna come back. You know, and it's cool if he doesn't. I mean, he's had some of, like, the craziest matches, you know, I've seen, like, in my life. Him and Rob Van Dam at Invasion, that was one of the best matches, and RVD even says it's one of his favorite matches ever. So, you know, I mean, this shit really sucks, but, yeah, I think everything will be cool, and just need support from people, and just people on the internet need to shut the fuck up, and especially these children who don't know anything about wrestling and nothing about drugs, you know. You need to really get over, like, your fear of drugs, and you need to learn what they do before you say that somebody's doing them.